Folks, you need to watch this video to the end, and you need to interact with it. You need to leave a comment. We need to boost this as much as possible. And this is your own warning. There's going to be cussing because I'm mad as hell. I am telling you right now, Republicans are intentionally working to drive up inflation and intentionally working to cripple our supply chain. Right now, Governor Abbott here in the state of Texas is forcing the DPS, which is our version of the state troopers, to stop every single truck coming out of Mexico. Every single truck, and do a safety inspection on it. What they're doing is they're backing up shipping for dozens and dozens and dozens of miles. Normally, a Mexican driver will bring a truck over across the border. They'll drop it at a depot, and an American driver will pick it up and drive off. They usually do about 4 a day. They can't get one through. They can't get one truck through. They're backed up for miles. Why? Because they want to drive up inflation. They think it's going to help them in the midterms. They want to cripple our supply chains because they think it will help them in the midterms. They're doing it on purpose to hurt you, your family, your wallet.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who is currently running for his third term in office, is pulling political stunts, exacerbating existing supply chain issues, and blaming it all on the Democrats. I'm Yasmin Khan with Rebel HQ, and Greg Abbott has become well known outside of Texas for his increasingly Trumpian ways and for his political pandering. His right-wing tactics have been seen as an attempt to capitalize on the Trump supporters in his state and potentially to increase his chances of winning a presidency one day.
A group of undocumented immigrants arrived in Washington, D.C. yesterday on a charter bus sent by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Part of the governor's strategy to protest the Biden administration's rescinding of a Trump-era pandemic border policy. Governor Abbott says another bus is en route.
We are sending them to the United States Capitol, where the Biden administration will be able to more immediately address the needs of the people that they are allowing to come across our border. The border does not come cheap. Securing the border would cost Texas nothing if the federal government was doing its job, but because Joe Biden is not securing the border, the state of Texas is having to step up and spend Texas taxpayer money doing the federal government's job.
Is performative at best, and he causes more problems than anyone around here wants or needs. So his latest stunt down at the border is one that's upsetting people all across the political spectrum, as well as people in Mexico. He's deliberately stalling trucks at the border, claiming that they need to be inspected more carefully than before. The result is that trucks are backed up for miles, truckers are losing hours of their time waiting in lines that normally would take minutes to get through, and ultimately supplies on the trucks are not getting to their destinations. This, of course, is happening while the nation is already dealing with supply chain delays and is helping to drive prices up even further than they already are and higher than they need to be.
The national media wants to talk about is inflation. But they don't want to talk about why it's happening. You have to look at local Texas media. Laredo's the largest land port in this country, and they've got it backed up so goddamn far you can't even see the end of the goddamn line. These are the sorriest mother in the world. Republicans are traitors. They don't give who they hurt, just so long as they can get some power. I'm telling you people, vote blue in every election.
He's doing this to get one over on Joe Biden. During the pandemic, border agents were given permission to turn away migrants at the border, including those seeking asylum, on the grounds that it was a matter of public health. Biden has recently announced plans to end that soon, so Abbott is arguing that we have to be extra thorough with the cargo trucks now, and it's all Biden's fault. Abbott is simply doing his own due diligence. These are normal operations that are being hindered as a matter of politicization, normal operations that millions of people depend on in some form or other, and not just in Texas, but across the United States. One trucker who spoke to the Texas Tribune said that he was waiting at the El Paso Juarez Bridge for 36 hours, when normally the wait time at that crossing averages 23 minutes. If anything I did was supposed to take me half an hour, but it instead took me a day and a half, I would be very upset. Now, the people carrying out these inspections, by the way, are the Texas state troopers, when normally these would be done by federal agents. Abbott has come under fire earlier this year for activating the Texas National Guard to also stand watch at the border, which led to Guard members complaining about horrible working conditions while losing their day jobs, being away from their families, and being unsure altogether as to why they were there and what they were supposed to be doing. Commercial traffic at the border is currently down by 60%, and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency has called all of this unnecessary. This is not only affecting the livelihoods of both the Mexican and American truckers, but it's affecting businesses that are dependent on those deliveries, and it's affecting everyday Americans who can't afford for prices to be artificially inflated any further. All of this is happening on top of a nationwide trucker shortage, which John Oliver did a segment on. The segment featured a trucker stating that without trucks and truckers, the country would completely fall apart within a matter of days. Our grocery store shelves wouldn't be stocked, gas stations wouldn't have fuel, restaurants and businesses would shutter, and more. Anyway, so the White House has responded to the situation. Jen Psaki said in a press briefing, Governor Abbott's unnecessary and redundant inspection of trucks transiting ports of entry between Texas and Mexico are causing significant disruptions to the food and automobile supply chains, delaying manufacturing, impacting jobs, and raising prices for families in Texas and across the country. And as always, Abbott will blame all of this on Joe Biden and the Democrats and take absolutely no accountability for his role in any of this. He will also not express any remorse for the Texans and Americans who have to suffer for the sake of his own ego. Thanks.